let's do another piecewise graph. Now this time something's going on at 0. So 0 is our key number there. We have one graph, 2x plus 3, for x is less than or equal to 0. And then we have another graph for x is greater than 0, which is negative x squared plus 3. Now remember, you want to make sure that you include the 0 in both your charts. So let's start with the top one. So I'm going to do an xy chart. And it says x is less than or equal to 0. So I'm going to use -2, -1, and 0. Okay? So if I go up here and I plug in a 0, 2 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 3 is 3. If I plug in a -1, 2 times -1 is -2, and -2 plus 3 is 1. If I plug in a -2, 2 times -2 is -4, and -4 plus 3 is -1. So I have my points for my graph when x is 0, y is 3, and I do need a closed dot there because of this equal to here. When x is -1, y is +1. Oops, wrong spot. And when x is 0, y is a positive. I did it backwards. Hang on. When x is 0, y is 3 is already there. When x is -1, y is 1. When x is -2, there we go, y is -1. All right, so now I have the right dots. Now I have to decide, where do I start drawing this graph? Remember, you want to start at 0, where x is 0 is right here, and then follow the dots down. Now let's do the other part. We'll do it in green. I need 0 in both my charts. So even though it says greater than 0, I have to put in 0, and then I'll try 1 and 2. So if I put a 0 up here, -0 is 0, and 0 plus 3 is 3. If I put a 1 here, 1 squared is 1, but that negative stays. So I have -1 plus 3, which is 2. If I put a 2 here, 2 squared is 4, the negative stays with it. -4 plus 3 is -1. So now let's graph these. When x is 0, y is 3. Now this should be an open dot because there is no equal to right here. It doesn't matter though because that dot's already on my graph. When x is 1, y is 2. When x is 2, y is a -1. Now remember, you start drawing at the 0, where x is 0, and you follow your dots down. So that's what the graph would look like. This one, by the way, is continuous because you can trace the graph. There's no open hole. You can trace it all the way through. So that would be a continuous graph.